Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Jessica Brodie, and this is Shining the Light. So if you didn't gather, I'm a bit of an enthusiastic person. I know it's a shock, but yeah, so I'm really passionate about, well, a lot of things. And this has been a lifelong personality quirk. I mean, when I was a kid, I would obsess over the books I was reading. When I was 17, I remember having this boyfriend that I thought hung the moon, and I would probably talk about him all the time, and my family was tired of hearing about him, and all I would just think about, and I woke up in the morning, and before I went to sleep at night was this boyfriend, and I'm sure everybody in my entire universe was really relieved when we finally broke up and I stopped talking about him. But it wasn't just, books and boys or anything else. I was also obsessive about some of the other passions in my life. I mean, my new job, it was so important to me. I'd get up early and I'd throw my all into it, and I'd work far past quitting time. And on the weekends, I'd wake up and I'd just think new and better ways of how to pour myself into it. Or if I'm in the midst of writing a book, it's all I can think about is that character and what she's going through, and just what her feelings are, how she's hurting. When I used to do plays when I was a teenager, I probably took method acting to its most obnoxious, because I would become that character. I mean, I'd even affect accents. It was really, I'm sure it was a ton of fun to deal with back then. But see, that's the thing. We people, sometimes we get so excited and obsessed about whatever that thing is in our life that it tends to eclipse everything else. I mean, it might be a new romance, it might be that brand new baby we've had, it might be that sports car, that great pair of shoes we have our eyes on, or some show that seems to encapsulate everything that we think is great about life and how we want to live it. And it just overshadows everything. Well, while we have a human tendency sometimes to do those things, there's also a really healthy caution that I think all of us need to remember, is that no matter how important something in our life gets, it can never be more important than God. I've seen this expressed on a t-shirt, but the best natural order of things is God first, others second, self last. And along with self comes things that we want, jobs, dreams, stuff, anything else that we're obsessed with, money, security, fears, worries, anything that takes God from his God first role and puts him lower on the chain, that actually becomes an idol. And that's a serious matter. God put that concept first on his list of 10 commandments that he gave Moses. In Exodus 20, God said, "I am the Lord your God who brought you out of Egypt, out of the land of slavery. You shall have no other gods before me." And later on, Jesus echoed those same things in Matthew 22. The Pharisees got together and they were testing Jesus, and they said, "Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law?" And in Matthew 22, verses 37 through 40, he says, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. All the law and prophets hang on these two commandments." But he said, "Love the Lord with all your heart and all your soul and all your mind." That comes first. That's before anything else. I used to think of idolatry as like these carved wooden objects that people would set up in their homes and pray to them. Or this golden calf that the people erected outside the mountain. And when Moses came down, they were worshiping this golden calf. And it just seemed ridiculous that anybody would possibly do this. But the thing is, these wooden idols or these golden calves that people erect, I mean, aren't they worldly things? Aren't they things like relationships and jobs, money, security, anything else that we put above God? I mean, have you ever been so caught up in your own worries and fears and concerns that you were too busy to think about what God wanted, or too busy even to pray to him? I know I have. I mean, that's putting things before him. And I think that that's a modern day version of idolatry. In 1 Corinthians 10:14, Paul tells the early church in Corinth, cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of demons too. You can't have a part in the Lord's table and that of demons. That's not just pagan stuff. It's other things that come before God. It's not just then, it's now too. There's something in your world that's preventing you from letting God come first in your life and putting him at the top of everything. Think about that and explore your heart and what it is that's coming between you and putting God first. Do a reality check, do a heart check, pray on it, and do your best to put it in the right spot. God first, others second, self last. That's all for this week, everybody. Have a great day. God bless you, and keep on shining the light.